Deuteronomy chapter 15. At the end of every 7 years, you are to cancel debts. This is how you are to cancel debts. Every creditor is to release what he has loaned to his neighbor. He must not force his neighbor or his brother to repay, for Adonai's debt cancellation has been proclaimed. A foreigner you may force, but your hand is to release whatever your brother owes you. However, there should be no poor among you, for Adonai will surely bless you in the land Adonai your God is giving you as an inheritance to possess. If only you would carefully listen to the voice of Adonai your God, being careful to do all this mitzvah that I am commanding you today. For Adonai your God will bless you as he promised you. So you will lend to many nations, but not borrow. You will rule over many nations, but they will not rule over you. If there is a poor man among you, any of your brothers within any of your gates in your land that Adonai your God is giving you, you are not to harden your heart or shut your hand against your poor brother. Rather, you must surely open your hand to him, and you must surely lend him enough for his need, whatever he is lacking. Watch yourself so there is no unworthy thing in your heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of canceling debts is near, and your eye is evil against your poor brother, and you give him nothing. Then he may call out to Adonai against you, and it will be a sin upon you. You must surely give to him, and your heart is not to be grieved when you give to him. For because of this thing, Adonai your God will bless you in all your work and in every undertaking of your hand. For there will never cease to be poor people in the land. Therefore I am commanding you, saying, you must surely open your hand to your brother, to your needy and poor in your land. If your fellow Hebrew, a man or woman, is sold to you and serves you 6 years, then in the 7th year you are to set him free. When you set him free, you are not to send him away empty-handed. You are to surely provide for him from your flock and threshing floor and winepress. As Adonai your God has blessed you, you are to give to him. You will remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and Adonai your God redeemed you. Therefore I am commanding you this thing today. Now if he tells you, I will not go away from you because he loves you and your household, since he is well off with you, then you are to take an awl and put it through his ear to the door, and he will be your servant forever. And to your female slave you are to do the same. It should not seem hard to you when you set him free from you, for he has served you 6 years, double the value of a hired worker. So Adonai your God will bless you in all that you do. All the firstborn males that are born in your herd and your flock you are to consecrate to Adonai your God. You are to do no work with the firstborn of your herd or shear the firstborn of your flock. You are to eat it before Adonai your God year after year in the place Adonai chooses, you and your household. But if it has any blemish, if it is lame or blind or has any serious blemish, you are not to sacrifice it to Adonai your God. You are to eat it within your gates, the unclean and the clean together, just as they eat the gazelle or deer. Only its blood you are not to eat. You must pour it out on the ground like water. Chapter 16. Observe the month of Aviv and keep the Passover to Adonai your God. For in the month of Aviv, Adonai your God brought you out from Egypt by night. You are to sacrifice the Passover offering to Adonai your God from the flock and the herd in the place Adonai chooses to make his name dwell. You are not to eat hametz with it. For 7 days you are to eat matzot with it, the bread of affliction, for you came out from the land of Egypt in haste. Do this so that all the days of your life you will remember the day when you came out from the land of Egypt. No hametz should be seen with you in all your territory for 7 days, and none of the meat you sacrifice on the evening of the first day may be left over until the morning. You may not sacrifice the Passover offering within any of your gates that Adonai your God is giving you. Rather, at the place Adonai your God chooses to make his name dwell, there you will sacrifice the Passover offering in the evening at the sunset, the time of your coming out from Egypt. You are to cook and eat it at the place Adonai your God chooses. Then you will turn around in the morning and journey home. For 6 days you are to eat matzot. On the 7th day there is to be a solemn gathering for Adonai your God. On it you are to do no work. 7 weeks you are to count for yourself. From the time you begin to put the sickle to the standing grain, you will begin to count 7 weeks. Then you will keep the feast of Shavuot to Adonai your God with a measure of a free will offering from your hand, which you are to give according to how Adonai your God blesses you. So you will rejoice before Adonai your God in the place Adonai your God chooses to make his name dwell. You, your son and daughter, slave and maid, Levite and outsider, orphan and widow in your midst. You will remember that you were a slave in Egypt, and you are to take care and do these statutes. You are to keep the feast of Sukkot for 7 days, after gathering in the produce from your threshing floor and winepress. So you will rejoice in your feast, you, your son and daughter, slave and maid, Levite and outsider, orphan and widow within your gates. 7 days you will feast to Adonai your God in the place he chooses, because Adonai your God will bless you in all your produce and in all the work of your hand, and you will be completely filled with joy. 3 times a year all your males are to appear before Adonai your God in the place he chooses, at the feast of Matzot, the feast of Shavuot, and the feast of Sukkot. No one should appear before Adonai empty-handed. The gift of each man's hand according to the blessing Adonai your God has given you. Judges and officers you are to appoint within all your gates that Adonai your God is giving you, according to your tribes, and they are to judge the people with righteous judgment. You are not to twist justice. You must not show partiality or take a bribe, or bribe blinds the eyes of the wise and distorts the words of the righteous. Justice you must pursue, so that you may live and possess the land that Adonai your God is giving you. You are not to plant for yourself an Asherah pole of any kind of wood beside the altar of Adonai your God that you make for yourself, nor are you to set up a pillar for yourself. Adonai your God hates this. Chapter 17. You are not to sacrifice to Adonai your God a bull or sheep that has a defect or anything bad, for that would be an abomination to Adonai your God. Suppose there is found in your midst within one of your man or woman who does what is evil in the eyes of Adonai your God by transgressing his covenant. This person goes and serves other gods and worships them, the sun or moon or any of the heavenly host, which I have not commanded. It is told to you, and you have heard about it, and you investigate thoroughly. And indeed it is true, and this thing certain, this abomination has been done in Israel. Then you are to bring out to your gates that man and woman who has done this evil thing, and stone that man and woman with stones to death. By the word of 2 or 3 witnesses, the one who is to die is to be put to death. No one is to be put to death by the word of one witness. The hand of the witnesses is to be first to put him to death, and afterward the hand of all the people. So you are to purge the evil from your midst. Suppose a matter arises that is too hard for you to judge, over bloodshed, legal claims, or assault, matters of controversy within your gates, then you should go up to the place Adonai your God chooses, and come to the Levitical Kohanim and the judge in charge at that time, and you will inquire, and they will tell you the sentence of judgment. You are to act according to the sentence they tell you from that place Adonai chooses, and take care to do all that they instruct you. You are to act according to the instruction they teach you and the judgment they tell you. You must not turn aside from the sentence they tell you to the right or to the left. The man who acts presumptuously by not listening to the Kohen who stands to serve there before Adonai your God or to the judge, that man must die. So you are to purge the evil from Israel. Then all the people will hear and be afraid and not act presumptuously again. When you come to the land that Adonai your God is giving you, possess it and dwell in it, and you say, I will set a king over me, like all the nations around me. You will indeed set over yourselves a king, whom Adonai your God chooses. One from among your brothers will be appointed as king over you. You may not put a foreigner over you who is not your brother. Only he should not multiply horses for himself, or make the people return to Egypt to multiply horses, because Adonai has said to you, you must never go back that way again. Nor should he multiply wives for himself, so that his heart does not turn aside, nor multiply much silver and gold for himself. Now when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, he is to write for himself a copy of this Torah on a scroll from what is before the Levitical Kohanim. It will remain with him, and he will read in it all the days of his life, in order to learn to fear Adonai his God, and keep all the words of this Torah and these statutes. Then his heart will not be exalted above his brothers, and he will not turn from the commandments to the right or to the left, so that he may prolong his days in his kingship, he and his sons in the midst of Israel. Chapter 18. The Levitical Kohanim, all the tribe of Levi, are to have no portion of inheritance with Israel. They are to eat the offerings made to Adonai by fire as his inheritance. They will have no inheritance among their brothers. Adonai is their inheritance, just as he promised them. So this will be the share due to the Kohanim from the people. From those who offer a sacrifice, whether a bull or sheep, they are to keep the Kohen the shoulder, 2 cheeks, and the stomach, the first fruit of your grains, or of your new wine, of your oil, and the first fleece of your sheep you are to give him. From Adonai your God has chosen him from all the tribes to stand and serve in the name of Adonai, him and his sons forever. Suppose a Levite comes from one of your towns, wherever he is living in all of Israel, and he comes whenever his soul desires to the place Adonai chooses, and serves in the name of Adonai his God, like all his fellow Levites who stand there before Adonai. They are to eat equal portions regardless of their father's goods. When you enter the land Adonai your God is giving you, you are not to learn to do the abominations of those nations. There must not be found among you anyone who takes his son or daughter pass through the fire, or a fortune teller, soothsayer, omen reader, or sorcerer, or one who casts spells, or a medium, a spiritist, or one who calls up the dead. For whoever does these things is an abomination to Adonai, and because of these abominations, Adonai your God is driving them out from before you. You are to be blameless before Adonai your God. For these nations which you are about to dispossess, listen to soothsayers, fortune tellers, but as for you, Adonai your God will not allow you to do so. Adonai your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from your midst, from your brothers. To him you must listen. This is what you asked of Adonai your God in Horeb on the day of the assembly, when saying, I cannot continue to hear the voice of Adonai my God, or see this great fire anymore, or I will die. Adonai said to me, they have done well in what they have spoken. I will raise up a prophet like you for them from among their brothers. I will put my words in his mouth, and he will speak to them all that I command him. Now whoever does not listen to my words that this prophet speaks in my name, I myself will call him to account. But the prophet who presumes to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or who speaks in the name of other gods, that prophet will die. Now should you say in your heart, how would we recognize the word that Adonai has spoken? When a prophet speaks in Adonai's name and the word does not happen or come true, that is a word that Adonai has not spoken. The prophet has spoken it presumptuously. Do not be afraid of him. Chapter 19. When Adonai your God cuts off the nations whose land Adonai your God is giving you, and you dispossess them and dwell in their cities and houses, you are to set apart 3 cities for yourself within the land he is giving you to possess. You are to prepare the way for yourself and divide into 3 parts the borders of your land that Adonai your God enables you to inherit, so that anyone who kills may flee there. This is the case of the one who kills, who may flee there and live. Whoever kills his neighbor unintentionally and did not hate him in the past, as when someone goes into the forest with his neighbor to chop wood, and his hand takes a swing with the axe to cut down the tree, and the iron flies off the wood and hits his neighbor so that he dies. He may flee to one of these cities and live. Otherwise, if the way is long, the avenger of the blood, whilst his heart is hot, may chase the manslayer, catch up to him, and strike him dead. Yet no death sentence is on him, since he did not hate him in the past. Therefore, I am commanding you, set apart 3 cities for yourself. Suppose Adonai your God enlarges your territory as he has sworn to your fathers, and he gives you all the land that he has promised to give to your fathers. When you take care to do all this mitzvah that I am commanding you today, to love Adonai your God and to always walk in his ways, then you are to add 3 more cities for yourself besides these 3. Then innocent blood will not be shed within your land that Adonai your God is giving you as an inheritance, and there will be blood upon you. But suppose someone hates his brother, waits in hiding for him, rises up against him, strike him dead, then flees to one of these cities, then the elders of his hometown should send and take him from there and hand him over to the avenger of blood to die. Your eyes should not pity him, but you must purge the innocent blood from Israel, so that it may go well with you. You must not move your neighbor's boundary marker that the first generations marked out, in the inheritance you will receive in the land Adonai your God is giving you to possess. A single witness shall not rise up against a person for any offense or sin that he commits. By the word of 2 or 3 witnesses is a case to be established. Suppose a hostile witness rises up against someone to accuse him of wrongdoing, then both people who have the dispute will stand before Adonai, before the Kohanim and judges in charge at that time. The judges are to investigate thoroughly, and if indeed the witness is a false witness and has testified falsely against his brother, then you are to do to him just as he had plotted to do to his brother. So you will purge the evil from your midst. Those who remain will hear and be afraid, and they will no longer do such an evil thing as this in your midst. Your eye must not show pity. Life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot.